What's up, guys? Here we go into Ennis versus Karen Chukhadzhian, and we're gonna be watching this fight and trying to kind of go through it and see if there's any adjustments that either fighter can make to get a more desired outcome. Okay. So right away, meeting in the center of the ring. Ennis, very bladed, very poor stance here. Okay, or stepping around his opponents. Um, Again, these ideas, circling your opponent and stepping around your opponent, are very key ideas to your active guard. And Chukhadzhian going to have to do a lot of that, being forced off the line very easily because he can't really control any space without keeping his hands up and without being able to feint and probe and change positions. We see here he just gets walked straight into, right? Now, I'm going to take a look at that again. Front foot. As Chukhadzhian moves to the back foot, he's about to make it to the front foot, and he sees, starts getting pendulum, walks right into this shot because he gets, basically fainted into oblivion. He's not really cycling through his active guard at all. But Ennis shifting southpaw, going forward, making it to this position, not defending the position as he's changing, not getting his block up. Okay, under these shots, that's fine. No counters off of them, though. So definitely going to be very difficult for him to knock his opponent out and get a better, more desirable outcome in a fight that he already swept this guy 12-0, which would mean basically getting a knockout if he's not actually countering his opponent in the few times he does interact with him. Because if I remember correctly, he does do quite a bit of running in this fight. Now, Ennis doing a decent job right there, trying to jump on his line with the 1-2 kind of thing. Boom, boom, pushing him off the line. His opponent moves to the back foot. Poor positioning, penduluming off the line here. And again, this is terrible positioning. So Ennis is going to pendulum and jump on his line. Boom, boom. Trying to throw the 2. Chukhadzhian makes it around it pretty well. And moves right back to the center of the ring. However, again, no control with his lead hand or his rear hand. So he has no control over the space between him and Ennis. When he does actually throw, it looks like he's throwing more stepping jab, lunging stuff here, so it makes it very easy for Ennis to see them coming. But Ennis right there with a very good guard, controlling the lead hand, and he can see and read Chukhadzhian when Chukhadzhian's bringing his weight to the line here, back foot, front foot, back foot, and he coils here. And then as he comes forward, Ennis is kind of trying to catch that jab ready for Chukhadzhian to spring into it, presumably with the trap, but, sometimes it could be nothing. Controlling him with the jab there, getting the jab up, and then going to the body right after he controls him with the first feint. Just take a look real quick. He's going to give him a little bit of a pop, and that's just to control him just a little bit, to put him in that bad position where he's going to pendulum off the line, and he's going to race into this shot here and trying to sneak into that position, stealing that punch. Good job. But he's done this a few times already where he gets there with the jab to the body. Where's the follow-up? Right? If he wants to intend to knock this guy out, he's going to have to start using the control that he gets to land things more than just a jab here. Now, as Chukhadzhian starts trying to circle, Chukhadzhian does not have a very good guard. He's getting to the left leg here, and he's pendulum stepping here. He has one foot on side of each of his target. However, look at his block here. Look at how he pivots on the front foot. Very poor boxing here as he circles this way. Ennis could be throwing a right hand over the top. He does wind up going for the body shot this time because last time he did go for the shot over the top. However, when he jumped onto the line, just like last time, he didn't really get control of his opponent. He didn't use that jab to the body to get him to think that there was that coming. He's just kind of stepping onto the line and throwing the shot, touching him to the body or to the hip or to whatever, Now, is he resting? Is he this? He's allowing Chukhadzhian to get out of the corner, right? You're not going to keep the ring cut off on a guy the whole time. Once you make a move and you sacrifice your position to throw a punch, your opponent has just as much equal time to react to it and get out of the way. And then at the same time, any post-punch defense that you enact on that punch, your opponent is just going to use to get out of the way, right? So if you have any defensive responsibility off of an attack like that and your opponent just has an opportunity to leave, right? So being safe will cost you cutting the ring off as well. Rear hand probe from Ennis. Notice his back foot's like basically completely off the ground. He's gathering his weight here. Notice no pull counter here, no weight, no ability to pull to the front foot and defend his front foot position. He kind of leaves this position. This is one of Ennis's biggest flaws. And as we continue to watch, we'll continue to look and talk about some of those things. Very, very, very obvious move here from Ennis. Pendulum stepping here, getting to the line, feinting here. Now, if you take a look at his structure, it's very interesting because he doesn't actually cross the line southpaw. Right, he is kind of, but his head's kind of on the right side of the line, right, and both of his hands are on the same side of the line. He's trying to sword fight and stick his hand out here a little bit, try to be a little bit quick. Obviously, I don't agree with that. I think it's a bad jab. He didn't slide off of it. He didn't add anything to it, but he's just getting a look at the guy, right? So I don't want to give him too many passes or anything, but one of the things that he's going to need to work on is not keeping both his hands on the same side of the line here, right? Keeping his right hand on the right sideline. Very, very, very common right here. But easily to interact with him over his right shoulder with the jabs, or if Chukhadzhian actually had a hook. Now, again, we're supposed to be talking about things that both fighters can be doing. And if Ennis is going to keep that right hand on the right side of the line, and not be able to interact with it, that's actually an easy punch right there for Chukhadzhian to look to attack if he can start trying to counter Ennis with the right hand or with his left hand. Good job right there. Jab gets him to make a bad move, and then basically just pendulum onto Ennis's line for some reason. I have no idea why he does this, but slipping to the front foot, and then what in the hell is he doing? Eating a liver shot. Right? You make a stupid move, you eat a good shot. Okay, here he is trying to get a little bit of control with his lead hand, but he ate the worst of that shot. Really good shot from Ennis. Real quick though, Ennis being in the southpaw position, or the southpaw stance here, and they're in the open stance. When he pendulums onto his line, he's getting this position, boom, just like Teofimo Lopez would do this to Lomachenko. Why isn't he following up with the right hand? Why is he throwing just one shot here? Okay, if Ennis has any shot to getting a better, more desirable outcome in this fight than just sweeping this guy and beating him to a pulp from, ring to ring, from ring pillar to ring pillar, he's going to need to put more than one punch together, really make Chukhadzhian pay for the stupid, crappy, fake boxing stuff that he does. Okay. Now, circling a little bit. Now, again, you can't just circle your opponent with your lead hand down. You have to be ready to guard the line. And at any point, your opponent is going to try to race you from one position to a striking position. And here, as we can see, Chukhadzhian trying to build some momentum to jump into this shot here, and it just explodes into it and catches him. It's not a great shot. It's not a hard shot. It's not going to knock him out. It could eventually hurt him, but it's mostly just disrupting him, right? Oh, now right there, beautiful, beautiful work. Just like I was saying, if Ennis is going to keep both of his hands on the same side of the line on the inside here, when he does finally make it to the front foot here, taking that step here, Chukhadzhian's able to fake parry that shot and come in with a left hook right there, right on Ennis. And again, Ennis is trying to do a 1-2 here, right? Stepping, sees a hole, right? He's like, okay, pendulum. Now look at him reaching with his toes here. I'm not a fan of people reaching and specifically stepping on their toes, but he does get kind of smacked right here. Now, excellent shot right there from Ennis. Pretty good. Attacking, again, as both his hands are on the same side. He's trying to whip that hand out there like a back fist, right? Gets his guard up, gets touched, and immediately catch and counter style before Chukhadzhian can get a lead foot dominance off the control. He does follow up and try to find a shot here, but John Ennis has a few problems with his striking. One of those things, usually when you're so good at stuff and you do it and you learn how to do it all on accident, you don't know the rules. You don't know the rules for striking, crossing the line, bringing your head to the other side of the target to make it easier for you to hit with the corresponding hand. But as we can see here, not really moving his head, the structure not very good. And Ennis is a guy that's been doing this so long that he basically does everything, I would say, on accident. He does it very well. Now, Chukhadzhian trying to circle out, boom, bouncing this way, boom, tries to cross the line. And Ennis, again, not being able to follow up with this shot very well. Again, Ennis doing a good job of controlling him with the leaping hook here, boom, pinning him down just a little bit to find a little bit of a connection with the rear hand. But one of the things that he's doing here is he's doing it so far out in the middle while the guy is pendulum stepping and moving around, but he didn't actually get to interact with him very well with the left hand here. He's already so far away, so he's already bridging so much distance. Um, Even with the extra reach and height advantage that Ennis has, just not able to capitalize on it. Again, positions like this where you can walk him around and get him a little bit closer to the ropes, or at least while he's trying to turn um, and change directions himself. Like right now would be a good opportunity. He's about to take a step on the front foot, but he already let him escape here. But it would be like this beat here, boom, boom, right here, if you want to jump onto his line and attack him. Decent counter, and again, like stuff like that. Chukhadzhian doesn't really have very many holes to exploit. You know, the first shot. Now again, the first shot usually getting picked off by boom, right? Is he supposed to throw another punch here? Maybe get hit just eating a good shot here. Is he supposed to throw another shot here? Now this looking like a really, really good space. However, we've seen him throw this jab to the body and get hit already with the right hand over the top. But it does look like both fighters very, very sensitive to body shots and pretty decent on average to countering them. So it looks like both fighters would benefit greatly by throwing a fake jab to the body and throwing a right hand over the top. Ennis, his guard not always super good. Chukhadzhian's guard never good. Mm. But hold some good rules there. Normally he gets stuck and he misses. Again, look at his big, 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 huge karate legs, right? Look at his crazy, crazy, crazy horse stance right here. Bad, bad, bad boxing here. Very, very, very bad structure. But this structure winds up being probably the best structure that he's had all fight long. Lands a good shot. His head's on the right side of the line. He's not really using the back foot very much. Look at how... Okay, check this out, guys. So he jumps on the line, boom, boom. No follow-up, trying to get him out of position. Perfect timing here. Boom, boom. Cracks him with this shot. And now, again, his back foot has to gather. He has to plant it and then throw this shot. So all these beats are a little bit broken up here. Boom, boom, boom. No follow-up. Bop. Pendulum lands, up, strike, and then now his foot has to gather and he has to plant it, throw that strike, and then recontrol. So again, and it's looking like he has, on average, he's pretty fast, he's pretty smooth, right? He can usually put two snaps together kind of well, not great. I want to say kind of well and not great in any real capacity. Because he is doing a decent job of getting to the line. And again, Jaron Ennis, because he keeps both hands usually on one side of the line. Now, this is not a bad guard, right? But this is like your standard guard. This is not how you block punches. This is just so that you can make sure your opponent doesn't throw or land any free stuff on you, right? So now Chukhadzhian is not throwing some free stuff. He's working really hard to throw this hook, okay? And it does look like he's kind of smacking Ennis still. Boom. Oh, man, it's so close. It does look like that one misses, though. I thought he got him at first. But again, Ennis not really interacting with that. I don't want to say he's lucky, right, that he was out of range, but like he was a little bit out of range right there and didn't wind up getting hit. Again, this is not a super common move, being able to throw a leaping left hook like that. Um, and Chukhadzhian turns his head, so he almost gets countered, but Ennis trying that catch and counter style, however, not securing his catch, right? And then exploding, right? So if we take a look at this, the root of this move would be like a pull counter, right? Stepping jab, boom, pull. He winds up getting hit and timed perfectly. Now again, both hands are on the same side of the line here. Again, he's trying to explode out of this shot. He makes it real obvious. He doesn't have any type of guard. He's lunging straight in with his head, so his head's not changing positions. It's just coming straight in and right into the smacking of Chukhadzhian. And now Chukhadzhian just has to move his head right after he finishes smacking Ennis. And because, again, Ennis is not really getting good control of the line with the jab, it's getting countered almost immediately before he can even finish it. And he's not really setting up an actual pull counter. You know, he was trying to land that jab, and like even worse. Bruh, why are you so close to this guy and you're still stepping with your jab right here? What are you doing? You're always stepping with your jabs like this. It's going to be hard for you to chain things together against somebody good like that. Now, again, I think Ennis is a premium talent. Mr. Ennis, if you're watching, by the way, I'm going to be nearby this month. I think you're going to be fighting, relatively soon, around the time that I get into town. But I'm going to be in Philly, guys. I'm going to be in Philly in a few days. Um, and Mr. Ennis, if you guys happen to see this, I would love to come down to your gym and say hi. I think I'm going to make it happen no matter what, but it'd be much cooler if you wanted me to come. But we're gonna hope to be finding Gerard Ennis's gym. Go say hi, see who's there. I've got a guy with me named Eddie. Pretty fast, hits pretty hard. I anticipate this video having a lot of Philly people watching it. I'm gonna be trying to hit as many gyms as possible. I only have a membership to LA Fitness, but I'm gonna be trying to go to as many gyms in the LA area as possible. And wherever I wind up. Chukhadzhian and Ennis are like, very similar in like athletic quality. However, Chukhadzhian is just not even half as skilled as Ennis. But we can clearly see, oh, this is like decent timing, right? Rear hand probe again. I just want to take a look at his feet. Can't really see exactly what he's doing. Back foot, front foot, and then he tries to gather and then throw the rear hand. And then again, we can see his structure. You can see that there's this long lungy like hip thing where his weight is like right here, his hip is like right here, right? And you can see that he's not really making a good structure here, and then he's being forced to shift through. And then again, throwing that shot again makes it to this position. Can he fight off that move? He doesn't wind up paying for it, but that's because he's the better athlete right there. It's not even really about the skill or this or that, obviously like a little skill because he is the better fighter. It is a difficult skill thing there. But if Chukhadzhian was equally as skilled as he is athletic, that would be a shot that might put Jaron Ennis in trouble. Okay. Now again, we haven't really seen Jaron Ennis fight any real dudes. Okay. Except for that one guy, Maravilla. I don't know what his name is. I can't. Boom. Jab. Pull from Ennis. Misses the pull though. Again, he doesn't have the good structure. When he gets there, bop. Boom, his feet come up off the ground a little bit. Chukhadzhian does a fake move. Boom, boom. Pendulums, bop. And here he is penduluming here, getting caught still. So many pendulums, so much flaws. Beautiful. Now again, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Circling, circling, circling. And this is going to do a stepping jab, lunging on the ball of his foot. Winds up actually doing a double jab-like move and getting cracked and intercepted in between his two. Right, so jumping on the line with the one, but front foot, front foot, stepping, and then his feet pendulum, and that's the timing where he's throwing the second jab right there for control that he gets hit. He still winds up landing his rear hand, which is pretty dope. But little combination here, boom, lands that shot, boom, and then again, Ennis getting hit here close to on the inside. Very, very, very interesting because all these defensive holes in this falling over himself and all that stuff. Oh God. Now, guys like Ryan Garcia, I've been calling and picking his fights and this stuff, for a long time. But guys like Ryan Garcia and people in his camp 100% watch my channel, 100%. And if I were to mention this, I don't think this is a good idea, Ryan. But if Jaron Ennis jumps on his line and gets hit with a shot like that by Ryan Garcia, or left hook like that by Ryan Garcia on the inside, he could lose the fight for sure. Right? Now, I want to say that just to say that Ryan Garcia has a super dangerous left hook. If you guys want to learn how to throw it, check it out, Fouts Boxing Academy. I will teach you how to throw it. Or if you guys want to learn all that stuff on your own, you want to learn the secrets to power punching, check out the Fouts Boxing Combat System. It has all the drills that you need to learn how to throw hard punches. But not only increase your punching power, not only teach you to throw your best punch and utilize all your body mechanics, but teach you how to improve it. Teach you how to make it hard, teach you how to make it fast, okay? Real punching power, okay? I'm the first coach in history, the only coach in history ever to be able to figure it out, solve all of it, and be able to teach punching power to anybody, okay? So check it out, Fouts Boxing Academy. One day you're going to wish that you joined, and it's going to be too late, okay? The Fouts Boxing Academy is not going to be there. I'm not going to be doing this. I'm going to be super famous because that's who I am. Okay, but anyway, I'm going to be in Philly. I'll be there next week. And you guys, if there's any gyms in Philly you'd like me to visit, world class boxing gym. um, Anybody at that gym, Tom Young Kello's gym, I'm coming.